Prophet TB Joshua fought the good fight of the kingdom and finished strong to the glory of God. We have now commenced the journey from where our father left the battle.
Ebushame mo akwaba aba LORDSON TV promo so ya santo a sexy GH ankapon any edia me just wanna finally bishop and as a prophet who Prophet TB Joshua Prophet TB Joshua na yere aba responded to rumors and say BBC documentary or more ede ebeto mountain so no enrada and as enrechi and ebeto just say Prophet TB Joshua sana and someone and we didn't actually mod de chenkure one enkofo de da basa afenso so one enkofo konkwasumu en nioma wode na sorry mano na asefem wo mo jedi de womo ajedi womo so monim sadabi papa no enya de so obetumi ayasade no womo so ewo ho me de me hu ne se ni wawu ne de ye beka na chiri boni because what ase no mpo no ensam wo makafa papa no ho no na yasefem ebi so oyisu nnuro wo fi maame wat chese mamu watan nnuro no wo yisu ensam bebre en wo maka edefa papa no ho na ensam bebre so na pie free no wuo ni mu sisi anipa wo be hye asoro no so krampo no akwakoye asem na eyire no enanka wase wodi ade because owomu so we training asofofo we training men of God ye powerful junior pastors ye powerful anka any of them can take over na eyire no so pese wonu so ebeye say general overseer eno nam so ema wone ne kunu ebusuafo ema kyerese wone mpenifo kyerese country mpenifo ni bi empo enya akasakasa just because nipa wobe edi wobe overseer ewo ni kunu synagogue of all nation church no so empo ni kunu no wu ye no mpo no kyerese bebi a ye besie no mpo no omso mpese wo mu no omusie ni bebi a ye wo no what I say na yensie no Lagos a whole lot no wadwen say bia enkasa fight no small fight na war fighting that will be all na sisia no bibia to atwa wi a BBC for so de aba eyenim asesem wo de yenko tie ebra BBC ankasa kasa na maame no so be yeden ebe kasa ye ba sesia.
My name is Evelyn Joshua. I am pleased to address you at this moment upon my appointment as the leader of the Synagogue Church of All Nations.
When a rich and powerful man passes on in Nigeria, it is prevalent for his widow to fight tooth and nail to keep his wealth. Sadly, this has been the reality for Evelyn Joshua, the widow of Prophet TB Joshua, the late founder of Synagogue Church of All Nations. His widow has resulted in battling church members and top leaders of SCOAN over the church finance and wished to take over as general overseer. This comes after she fought TB Joshua's brothers and the monarch of Arigide Akoko of Ondo State, who insisted that the prophet must be buried in his place of birth and not Lagos. Evelyn Joshua won the battle and laid her husband to rest in the church premises at Ikotun, Lagos. However, little did the mother of three know that this was only the beginning of a battle. While making arrangements for a befitting burial for her late husband, about 15 to 20 top leaders of the church, including prophets and prophetesses, were busy looting the church vault with Ghana must go bags like COVID-19 palliative. As if that wasn't enough, these leaders reportedly stood in the way of the late prophet's widow from taking over the church's affairs and secretly planned a coup to remove her from a place of authority in the ministry. After a few hassles with the help and support of those loyal to her late husband, Evelyn Joshua was officially named the chairperson of the SCOAN Board of Trustees and leader of the church by a federal high court in Lagos early September. With Evelyn Joshua now running the church's affairs, she has taken steps to secure the church's major assets. According to BBC Pidgin, she has evicted disloyal disciples and used Nigeria's anti-graft agency, EFCC, to its own top leaders responsible for looting the church vault.
Prophet TB Joshua fought the good fight of the kingdom and finished strong to the glory of God. We have now commenced the journey from where our father left the battle.
Will Evelyn Joshua win this battle despite claims by church members that late TB Joshua never anointed his wife to succeed him?
Hello guys, it's T-Code here for African Glitz.
4 months after he suffered a stroke and was flown out of the country for proper medical care, Prophet TB Joshua gave up the ghost on June 5, 2021 after suffering from cardiac arrest. Being a powerful man who lived for the poor, the sick and the needy, many people from across Nigeria took to the streets and social media to mourn the mighty man of God. Following a week-long service, the late prophet was finally laid to rest on July 9 of 2021 amid tears from family, friends, church members and well-wishers. Sadly, while all of this was going on, some of his top church leaders from Nigeria, Mexico, South Africa and Senegal were busy breaking into the church vaults and looting money. According to an anonymous source, these top leaders carried out a vast fraud that made them multimillionaires in hours. They reportedly seized the church immediately after TB Joshua died and refused to allow his widow, Evelyn Joshua, to be a part of running the church. They made themselves overseers, established a governing council, and some took over lodges in the church premises. One night, they broke into the church vault and used Ghana Must-Go bags to loot money and other treasures therein. Greedy for more, they again kick-started the Emmanuel Global Network, asking international partners for donations without Evelyn Joshua's knowledge. As if that wasn't enough, they seized TB Joshua's phones and wiped out all the contact and memory of the phone when his widow requested for them. With all of this happening, the church elders grew worried that things may eventually grow worse and crumble the ministry that late TB Joshua built over decades. So, they decided that someone must take over the church's affairs and give spiritual direction to its members. However, this proved to be a difficult decision as the late prophet died suddenly without naming a successor, even though it assumed that one of the wise men groomed and appointed by TB Joshua himself would be chosen as leader of the church. But elders thought otherwise. They felt his widow, a prophetess in the church and a woman who knows the secrets of how her husband ran the ministry effectively, was in the best position to take over the church. So, they called a meeting on June 27 of 2021 and declared Evelyn Joshua as successor. Interestingly, some pastors and prophets in the church disapproved of the decision and started a Squan leadership brawl that lasted for 3 months. They started smear campaigns against her and blocked her every move to be among the church board of trustees, formerly occupied by her late husband TB Joshua, one of their daughters named Promise, and a disciple, Joseph David. Unable to contain the conflict, concerned members petitioned the Federal High Court in Lagos. On September 13, 2021, Evelyn Joshua was legally named the chairperson of the Board of Trustees and leader of Squan. In a statement shared on Squan verified Facebook page, the church confirmed the new development, stating the late prophet's wife has been named the church's new leader. They also noted that all church activities will be under the guardians of God and the leadership of Evelyn Joshua. With the church now legally under her leadership, Evelyn Joshua is currently making moves to secure critical assets of her late husband's ministry. She reportedly evicted some disciples from the church and now taking steps to recover looted church funds come rain, come sunshine. The EFCC in a statement confirmed that it received a petition from the church to investigate fraud by some leaders of Squan, but debunked reports that the people involved were detained unlawfully. The church also confirmed it petitioned the EFCC over alleged financial fraud, diversion of funds and breaking into the church vault. And from confidential documents received by top news outlets in the country, the fraud investigation involves about 15 to 20 prophets and prophetesses in the church from Nigeria and nationals of other countries such as Senegal, South Africa and Mexico. As Evelyn fights to keep family wealth and preserve her late husband's ministry, she is also faced with division among church members over her emergence as leader of Squan. The Global Congress of Squan members, in a statement, expressed worry over Evelyn's emergence as a leader, while questioning those who deemed it fit to appoint her. They said she claimed a congregation of over 2,000 people appointed her, asking where the meeting was held, if it was through voting or anointing. They claimed that Evelyn is not a pastor in the church, was never appointed by Joshua, nor was she among the church's founding members. The Congress further urged the right people to intervene as late TB Joshua expects his successor to be from among the wise men he groomed and anointed in his lifetime and not his widow. They also alleged that Evelyn, who they described as the self-imposed leader, is making plans to commercialize every activity in the church for money. These were never the wish of the late prophet, who never ran the church based on profit. Members and partners of Squan and Emmanuel TV in Ondo, Ekiti and Osun State have thrown their weight behind the late prophet's widow. In a statement, they noted that those against Mrs. Joshua are the looters of the church fund who cover their tracks by discrediting her. In her latest video statement, Evelyn addressed some of the issues, and here are some of the points she raised.
These past 3 months have surely been challenging, but we thank you all for remaining strong and for keeping the faith, as we have been trained, built, instructed and taught by God's servant himself. That trials are the soil upon which faith flourishes. I am not your general overseer. My dear husband and our dear father, the prophets for generation, Senior Prophet T.B. Joshua, remains the founder and the general overseer of the Synagogue Church of All Nations. Like my beloved husband used to say, let love lead. Today, I represent the symbol of that love, even as it continues to reside by the right hand of his maker. I am only a servant who, under the leadership and direction of the Holy Spirit, will team up with you all to direct the affairs of this great ministry. We will work together, pray together, fight the fight of faith together, win together, so that we can all inherit the everlasting home together.
What do you think about the tussle of power in Squan? Would you say Squan members are happy with Evelyn Joshua taking over her late husband? Do you think she is the right person to take over as General Overseer, despite TB Joshua grooming some powerful men of God for the position for years? Lastly, would you say this is nothing but another family business and Evelyn Joshua is fighting for her family wealth and rights? Share your opinion in the comment section down below. If you found this video informative, please comment, like and share. Don't forget to subscribe for more well-researched African stories and news we know you would like. Click on the bell sign to be notified every time we upload a new video.
Ebosia eno ena wako tie no wase wano no wanya founder dabi wanya founder na emomu no wada awurade asesa nyankopon atsena ye aboa ye enam enkyerɛkyerɛ ni kunu onyankopon fa ni kunu so the founder ne so media meka kyerɛ maame ne se wonya akoma because ebeye den se wonu obi atena wado ni mpakoro na me baby maame ne kan ye me den se wose wobe kyerɛkyerɛ ye se yenya odo what yes no wonu no hu no se we a symbol of love ankasa we a symbol of love meka kyerɛ ne se dia meka kyerɛ ne se we forget the ankofo eka forget the ankofo kan because na mesumo hoyi enye easy sa yesu nankasa mpa ye di nachi no enkofo eka no ho asem papa Ghana fo bi no mo akasa ekuya frames wase ene frames mpabo ani bia na wase this issue has been in an existence even before the man died. In the documentary, one of the victims even went to the church to confront this man. Abena was say, why didn't they come out when he was alive? They should have let the man rest. Let God judge him according to his work. But BBC, let God judge him. Aye, so woye nia ense, so woye nia ese. Munjai muguna ni muasiba. Kobe Breeze was say, you've forgotten this TB Joshua issue popped up in graphics like a decade ago, and BBC started their investigation years ago before he passed. Okay, Miss Judy Diawade Abba, the people who did the documentary left the church yesterday. The church years before the man died. After they left, they even confronted the man of God, but their lives were threatened. The foreigners traveled back to their country. Even the lady has to travel to Ghana for her safety. They even started the documentary before the man died. So what is the wife trying to say? Even one of them wrote a book about him in 2017. I'm not saying the documentary is either true or false, but let's face facts. What about the families of those who died in the building and that have been seeking justice for 10 years now? Miss Gold dear what they abano ebusia. Also, the abuse in church by pastors is not new. There is no smoke without fire. This allegation existed before his death. Will be there what day Abban. I said this from the one that someone wanted that property, but why they are doing that? Okay. That's why they are doing that. Jehovah see you, Jehovah knows. Obidia what they Abba as food for thought. May he rest well. Don't judge. Don't forget that these disciples left long ago before he died. I will see a comment in the young Webrina and for a day Abba. Ebinimo second ebimu chira ma me ne de wonyan ne wokeka because sa ensem we no esiye bra na papa na nkasa ye den etiase no enye new sa mame just forget about whatever is happening na somonya me ye wo ewiase na ewo no bra na ye bo no wo bia begu ho akonta enti sa wukunu ene wo ye ne ense wukunu no wo ye sa ne wo mu keka nyina wo de wunim ho hwe to focus on your life. Naba obra this synagogue when you the mawa fine. Ya mwa overseer fine. There is no way you'll be poor. There is no way you will be poor. Dia ubenya ni wenya kure. So if the family members want it, give it to them. What I say, just give it to them. You will not be poor. You and your children will not be poor. Why? Ebu sama menfa wonsi media de abrewana na yasa to a sexy GH anka pasida be ko dia manyangs royal kente royal kingdom and afenso wo botan jirikaji madam nyina asese munyabre ehwe me makram
bravo medine na asare very much empani force that chance nti na e dokoto kodua na ejam sara na ho hene sunti na ejam mowe empani force e pai be hunti so na echichireboa ade nti me kasa woi ewiase ayewe yesi arechechire ewo nipa ho aye kwete dumra no ane ahwan bichese nipa o ho no mo a wo se onye baby a wo de wo ho rehye na se iku a wo de wo bedom se de be ya bremu odimu abrahu hihia bomu be hu se wo wono a oni wo beche wasumsem ana se ohaw bi a wokum pese me kanfo ikumu masobi edema ikoidin ede Royal Kingdom yiku akofaba no edin ene oheneba prince ene yakofaba awde sa ikui abai na opening kwanchire kwa na as president awda ikui ano ede Mr. LORDSON na ikui abase ebabeboa Ghana for aniwiase afana nipa biara wo asase we so no ebeboa wo when you be a school, professor ko university. But if you forms to kwa hwan e amount, the quiz say what the camp room kwa dia. E be share say be performs e the amount. E the part mission to school amount so in school one. Sarah na baby every DHS. Professor ko SHS. You see free but then you free sabi. So when am about to. Enu nti adan wa dwendwen adan nti pae. Wo ko imu a ko be hwe say sane ma nyina ye be so wasene apejawo. Enma bia adeso ano inwai ha ede ama sa ara so na de ema ni gie ewo mu ema ngwafo wo mu na eye bonus ewo mu ni se uwo mu na se obe ware a yana so mampani kwa so ate emwa biara ye de bua nua ye de bua busuani ye de bua ba dofo ema no ye aware ho ade bia no so behwe so meeting na ye de abo sa ara na wanya yi eno so obusuani bi di wachi ai usiemi di wachi na okwoawo eyidi o woni so sanse o gidie se bible kan se bi se ye osu no eno ni nsu na de osire no so eno no ense enti wa fato mo se ubi biara obadwene se kuwe no nyina ye de hawo ba ho near solution Eddie Amano. We can't for quid your mouth say, why would you go see? Said a problem now, a doubt so, a mother notified. Will soon, and a nipper, when you beat it. At a tea room, who can on for our real puzzle. Brabana Monu, who they were with it to and putting full Quima or Metnas a council. The 2 and more Melody. Mr. Rose, for numbers in the good screen is so bad. Now, Fred, who for a catch up when you want to say, who say Obeka, a year Royal Kingdom, is good. Are you free? And one is our friend, no register, now you do account. Royal Kingdom, at this year. Royal Kingdom, may how, any money, a 2
LORDSON TV Promise.